Don't worry about a thing.
I've been teaching ELA for 10 years. Technically it should be 11, but I was out for a year. So I've been teaching for 11 years, but technically teaching for 10 years. Teaching is my personal life. One thing I remember from one thing I remember from college when I took my my courses that prepared me to become a teacher, I remember professors saying to us that, you know, once you start teaching, like, it totally consumes your life, right? So you, like, everything you do is in some form or fashion is gonna be related to teaching, right? And she said you wouldn't have a personal life, and now I definitely see that it's true because I have no personal life whatsoever. There are pressures of being a teacher in general. I guess if it's specifically ELA, what are the pressures? Well, I mean, okay, so writing, right? So writing is used not just in ELA, but it's also used in history. So I guess I have the pressure to also prepare kids for writing across the disciplines or across the subject area. Isolation and whatever it is that you just know. Jumani, I need you to open up your mind. The performance test, I usually do it. That's like one of the easiest ways to begin it. And then what did you say the change was?
Her and I have been co-teaching for the past 2.5 years together. In my first year here, you know, I was completely new to teaching and to global studies, in which she was able to mentor me both on how to be a better teacher, as well as how to manage a class behaviorally.
I mean, of course, we've had, I think this is our third principal that we've had in global over the last 10 years that I've been here. And I guess how it's changed mostly is with accountability. I think like now we have to be more accountable for things that happen within our classrooms. So I do enjoy working here. I especially like the small school. So the fact that I know the kids, like even though I may not teach some of the students, I do know them because it's such a small population of students. The purpose of testing is to assess what the students have learned and what they gain from it. I guess it's kind of like pulling everything together, right? So I guess it helps them to piece everything together. So if they're learning something, whether it be an English class or history class, I think once they have to actually be assessed on it, it kind of like tests their ability to pull all their skills together and to demonstrate what they've learned. They should definitely have a voice, but I believe that their voice needs to be backed up with something, right? So sometimes students, for instance, they'll say, oh, miss, you're not helping me, but were you paying attention when I was speaking in the first place, right? Why are you at my door? What is your password? Huh? What is your password? Okay, so what I need you to do is go back to your class. Go back to your class.
Not that way, this way.
Why did you come from this way then? Who's your teacher? Okay, go to bypass. So in other words, you had a pass to go to the back and you went to the guidance counselor.
Because that's all.
I'm gonna watch you go to Mr. Gray's class. And I'm writing you detention for disrupting my class.
What? What?
Do I believe in favorites? It's a reality. Teachers have favorites, but I don't have any. I love all my students equally. No, I do have favorites. I think that teaching is definitely positively a calling. I remember being I don't even know, like my mother said when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I used to line my teddy bears up like in the middle of the living room and teach them. So she said from then she knew I wanted to be a teacher. And then when I was in elementary school, I used to, at the end of the school year, I would get a few textbooks that the teacher didn't need anymore, and I would bring the textbooks home. And then over the summer, I would teach my friends. Like we play school every day. We played school, and I was always a teacher. Do you want to know who my favorites are? I'll never tell you. Go ahead.
How is your favorite?
Yeah, I'll definitely tell you that.
It's recording right now.
Oh, it's recording. Oh, can you tell me next time? Oh, you asked me that?
my doorstep, singing sweet song.
I feel. I'm not comfortable.